Welcome or welcome back to my little creative corner of the internet. And welcome to Junk Journal July for 2025. Let's dive in today's episode for day 27 and the prompt of peak by playing around with some different pages of our junk journal and making it a bit more three-dimensional while working on 2 pages at once. So, first I had one idea in mind when I started with the page for today, which was that I wanted to have a drawing of a cat peeking out of the spread in a way. So I decided to first just get out my drawing pad and a pencil and just sketch out a random cat face and have his little paw as well to make that stay out of the or peek out of the page later on. And first I thought this would be the right space. I had one specific page in mind that I wanted it to peek out of, but then later you will see me run into the problem that I would have needed to flip the drawing in a way, so have it mirrored, have the paw on the other hand. But I didn't realize that until I did cut it out and finalize everything, and then I didn't really want to go back in and change that, so I decided to change the spread I'm using for today's journal entry and come up with something different. So just needed to go with the flow, and in the end, to be honest, I'm really happy with how this spread turned out, and the second peak moment I did in today's spread wouldn't have been able with the one of the spreads that I intended in the first place. So I'm really happy with this little mistake. So a happy little accident, I guess. Here I'm just flipping through and thinking about like, oh no, what kind of spread should I use then instead? And yeah, I had to dig around quite a bit to figure it out, but I'm really happy with how I decided to go about it. So here I'm just first again trying to make it work with the playing card spread, but you will see me very soon realize that that's not the right direction of the cat with its paw for the spread. So now I'm trying to find a place where he would fit to peek around the corner of a page, and now I finally got the little maps page here, and then decided to also let the guy on the page behind that peek through the page. So we did get a second peak moment for today's spread, so I'm happy about that and very satisfied with my mistake in the end. It worked out fine, so I would highly encourage everyone, don't be too hard on yourself for doing something that you maybe in the first moment think was a mistake, but maybe sometimes in the end in a creative field it works out to be the best perk of that kind of work. And don't let yourself be limited with your creations by the fear of making a mistake. If you work on something and you try something, there always will be the possibility to make a mistake. But if you don't risk it, you will never create anything at all. So don't fear your mistakes. Make them work for you, and like it was for me here, you sometimes don't know which mistakes will bring you the best work. Now I did decide to add a little bit more to the spread, just to make it, I don't know, it felt quite playful, and I really wanted to hone in on that, so I decided to make a speech bubble that says hello for the spread to include that. Here I'm cutting it out, and then I realized again it's the wrong direction, so we will repeat that as well. I don't know, wasn't quite there with my mind yesterday, I guess. Maybe that's also why the page was a bit late. Sorry about that. Again, there's a lot going on lately, and it was a bit hard to get everything out in time, so today will again be a day with 2 uploads where we will catch up on the peak for day 27, as well as creating the cursive spread for day 28 of Junk Journal July. So I hope, if you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below to join me on my creative journey and don't miss out on any creative fun and adventures. Now I'm adding this kind of background to the spread just for one purpose only, to make the spread more sturdy, because the paper that I drew the cat on is quite heavy, so it needs the thin paper of the map needs a bit of reassurance in a way, and I decided to make it a fun part of the spread and do a peekaboo moment on top, to make it not only a constructive thing but also an artistic choice in a way. But I did screw up the way I did write peekaboo here, so the main part of the word was hidden behind the cat, so I had to redo that as well, and then later on I decided to also include the second peekaboo in the spread as well. Now that we have everything sturdy in a way, I really need to add the label for the day. So as always, we will type out peak and day 27 on the label maker. Here I did have to check again on my prompt list which exactly were the words how I worded today's prompt. If it was peekaboo, or did I only say peek, and then I could add that to the spread on top here. And I guess that's kind of how today's spread will turn out, and I'm really happy with how this one came together. It's such a fun, I feel like mixed media collage kind of way, with so many different elements, and I love the combination of the drawing with the photography and the old map. It has to be one of my new favorite pages of this Junk Journal July. I hope you enjoyed today's creative session. If you did, a thumbs up would make me really happy. And if you want to join me on this creative journey and many more creative adventures to come, hit the subscribe button down below. See you very soon. Until then, happy creating.